Okay, this is a walkthrough video of one of the West Wickham driving test routes. Just showing you what I would do. Just checking around before I move off. Signal final check, and we're out.
At the end of the road, turn right, then take the second right.
The first junction's quite difficult. You've got a lot of cars parked on the right. Just leaning forward a little bit to try to see down the gap. Wait for a couple of cars.
After 200 yards, turn right.
Just moving off in the traffic, just checking all of my mirrors, the outsides and the internal. Coming down towards the junction now, turning right at the lights.
Turn right.
Mirror check and signal. Just hanging back because there's a keep clear sign on the floor. Okay, lights are just about to change. Checking my mirrors, pushing up. Probably have to stop because of all the cars opposite, so I'm just trying to get into a good position so as not to affect the others opposite. Just hanging on there. The danger with this traffic lights is there's no light opposite to say when the traffic has come to a stop, so you've just got to try to judge the traffic on the inside lane and be ready to go. Quite a nice wide road. Just trying to make sure that I'm staying in the centre by checking my outside two mirrors. Watching the people running there on the left, the guy's looking over his shoulder. Car waiting to turn right. You can see a car a couple ahead of me waiting to turn right because its indicators on. Just easing back, trying to keep a good distance from the vehicle in front of me. Just checking my mirrors, just moving slightly to the left. So I can already see the next instruction on the sat nav, and it's saying in 500 yards turn right on the roundabout.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Just trying to work out now whether there's one lane or two.
Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
There's two opposite, so it would suggest that there's two lanes on the roundabout. So got my mirrors done, got my signal on, Just watching that cyclist on the left. Okay, junction 1, junction 2, centre check, left signal, just off. 30 mile an hour road, checking me mirrors, make sure I'm still in the centre.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Change of direction there because of the parked car, so a centre check and a right check just before you move to the right, centre check and left just as I move back to the left there. Next roundabout, going ahead, second exit.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
So just one lane on approach here because of the white markings on the right of me. It's just trying to make me understand that there's only one. So I'm staying right in the centre. Quick look to my right. Kind of covered by that white van. Mirror check, left signal, and off. Now see a change of speed here, 40 mile an hour. Once I've passed the sign, then I'll start to increase. Trying to maintain a gap between me and the vehicle in front. Sat-nav says 1.25 miles. And now I can see on the sat-nav it's got 1 mile, there's a roundabout, and then arrows pointing ahead. See a bunch of traffic up ahead. Just checking my mirror now as I'm slowing down a little bit. I'm not braking, I've just come off the accelerator. Just starting to apply a bit of pressure on the brakes now. See a sign for the roundabout.
After 400 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
You can see it on the video, the blue line on the sat-nav is going straight across with a little white bit telling me the route that I should be taking. Difference with this roundabout is I've got to use the right hand lane to approach the roundabout. You'll see hopefully in the video the road markings that the left lane is a left only. If you find yourself in the left lane on your test, just commit to turning left and you'll be okay.
After 200 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Okay, so we're approaching the roundabout now. Look out for the road markings on the floor. I'm trying to hang back a little bit so you can see it.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
So looking over to my right on the approach here, got two white cars. One just coming round now after this white car. Should be good to go. There's a nice gap. Okay, now watch the road markings on the left as we come round on this bit.
Take
There's a
the
solid
exit.
white line coming up. Mirror check signal. Now I'm staying in the right hand lane for a second, just as I come around the corner here, and then the sat nav suggests that in 500 yards, 50 cars anyway, I'll be turning right again. So I'm just going to stay in the right hand lane, making sure I've got a good speed, 38 mile an hour at the moment.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
Okay, now watch the road markings here. I've got a white line on the left of me, there'll be a white line appearing on the right in a second. And at that point, that's when the road opens up into
Go
two
right
lanes.
on the roundabout and take the second exit.
So I'm doing a right turn, but I'm keeping to the left of the two right turning lanes. Just making sure I don't get too near the bus on the left that's slightly straddling. I don't want to end up straddling into the other lane next to me and causing someone to swerve. Take your time as you're coming off here. There's a lot going on. Nice and tight. Don't cross that big crack in the middle. And then slowly increase your speed. So the next instruction is 3/4 of a mile and there's a right turn coming up on a roundabout, which means I need to be in the right hand lane at some point. I don't want to move over too soon. 3/4 of a mile is far too soon. You'll see some signs coming up in a little bit. When we see or pass the sign that says 30 miles per hour, that's probably a good time to start thinking about getting over. Need to make sure you've got a good routine for changing lanes. Just around the next bend we should see a bunch of signs. A few cars coming up from behind me. Got only one in the right hand lane, all the others are in the left hand lane like me. So there's all the signs. So I'm just easing off the gas pedal, letting the car slow down on its own. Come back to the gas pedal a little bit and I'm back at 30 miles an hour. Right, the car that was in the right hand lane is just passing. So centre check, right check, shoulder check.
After
signal,
300 yards,
shoulder check,
go right on the
start to move
roundabout
over.
and take the second exit.
Cancel my signal because I don't want to let people think I'm turning right before the actual roundabout. 200 yards, 20 cars away. So too early to signal for the right turn. Okay, this is about the right time now. So mirror checks.
Go right
signal.
on the roundabout and take the second exit.
What's good about this one is we've got the traffic light, so we know when we can go. So the lane to the left is the first. Mirror check, left signal and off into the second. Following it around, looking for any signs for speed changes. There are none, so it's still 30 miles per hour. Keeping a good distance from the vehicle in front. Driving very slowly at the moment. Just holding back a little bit. See the double white lines on the right of us just here. Means we must not overtake. If the examiner asks you to pull up on the left in a safe, convenient place, you could technically pull up on the left about now because there's broken lines on the left and on the right of you. It may be something that they ask you to do on your test. Be prepared for it. But if there was a solid line on the left or the right of you, then don't stop. Quite sure what the car in front's doing, but it's driving extremely slow in the 30 zone. Looks like they're looking for somewhere or something. Trouble is I've got a vehicle now sitting right on my tail. sure what the car in front's doing, but anyway, we're coming down to the next roundabout and almost the end of the independent driving on the test route. The thing about this route, if you watch the video, this route can be done just following road signs as well. Something that they quite often do. So, car's turned off.
After 200 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the second exit. Then you have reached your destination.
Okay, so mirror checks, right
Go
signal
right on the roundabout and take the second exit. Then you have reached your destination.
Approaching in the right hand lane, quick look over to the right, looks pretty safe to go, using the right hand lane to come around. Mirror check, left signal, straight off, watch out for the crossing, be ready to stop. A little bit of traffic ahead, centre check.
After 200 yards, you have reached your destination.
Okay, moving off again in the traffic, left mirror, centre mirror, right mirror, looking for anything that's moving around you just as you're setting off. Try not to drive in the white lines like the vehicle in front. See the van ahead of the car in front of me already braking, so I'm off the gas pedal. Again, checking mirrors, trying to stay within the white lines to the left and the right of me because of the cycle lane.
You have reached your destination.
Cool, that just means that's the end of the independent driving. Doesn't mean you need to stop on your test, it just means the examiner's going to give you verbal instructions now to turn left, right and whatever else. Again, moving off, that little rainbow check. See it's all bunched up in front still, so not accelerating too much. See the red traffic lights, centre check because I'm only stopping. Could check me outside mirrors as well if I wanted to. Trying to make sure I don't block the junction on the left for anybody that wants to turn right out of or into. See the vehicles in front starting to move, rainbow check, starting to push along. Watching for the vehicle on the left indicating to move in that box. A few things going on there, a couple of vehicles all turning. Slowly increasing. Person walking up to the edge of the road there, vehicle waiting to turn. Okay, going ahead at the next junction. Now on your test you'd know you was going ahead because the examiner wouldn't say anything. You're going ahead. Trying not to drive in the cycle lane on the left. Don't forget to keep checking your mirrors. See the traffic lights ahead, still green. I know it's a crossing. Scanning, no pedestrians, so they shouldn't change. Just check my rear mirror just in case I had to stop. Okay, vehicle in front turning, so centre mirror check as I slow down a little bit, making sure that they've moved over enough. Car waiting in the petrol station. If they had the opportunity, they'd try and get out in front. You can see some traffic lights well up ahead. See they're red at the moment. At the junction, if the examiner doesn't say anything, just follow the road ahead. You've got the white sign on the left, tells you which lane to use, but again you should always use your left. driving lane apart from that one roundabout that we've seen on this route. Making sure to keep the keep clear. Okay, rainbow check. Let's go across the junction. 2 red circles, one on the left, one on the right. A great big painted sign on the floor. 20 miles an hour from this point. Again, trying to make sure I stay within the white lines, not to impede the cyclist on the left hand side. And then the next instruction would be to take the next available road on the right. So centre check, right signal. I'm going to start moving into this hatch box bit, so that by the time I get to this empty bit, I'm out of the way. Turning in, we've got the red circle as we're turning in, and the painted bit on the floor. 30 mile an hour from this point. Centre check, right check. Meeting situations up this road. If another car comes towards me, I've got to move over out of their way, because this is their priority, not my priority. The road just follows round to the left at the end. Be prepared now in case another car comes around that next corner. So down to 20 miles an hour at this point. So I'm going to follow round to the left and then take the next available road on the right. So centre check, right check. Should get to that corner before the lady with the dog. And then this is where all the stopping is going to happen on your test. They'll ask you to pull up on the left in a safe, convenient place. So I'm going to choose just here, so that I'm not opposite the cars on the right, because the road's too narrow to stop opposite those cars. Then they might say drive on, do all of my checks, final check, signal, back out. And then quite literally again, they might ask you to pull up on the left in a safe place. You're going to get 2 or 3 stops just on this road alone. Next one will be to pull up on the left again in a safe, convenient place. So I'll get past the car on the left, mirror checks and signal. I'm going to try to stop by the lamp post, because the next piece of high curb is too close to the corner. So it's all things you've got to think about when you're stopping. Then drive on when it's safe, checks again, signals on, final check, back off. The road sign on the left tells me that the road follows round to the right. Just check my left mirror as I moved over. I'm taking my time. I'm only at 20 miles an hour here as we come around the bend. Got quite a bit of traffic on the right, those parked cars. So we've got some meeting situation potentially down this road. Can't see what's around the next bend. Again, I'm only at 20 miles an hour. It is a 30 road. If I can't see, shouldn't be doing that sort of speed. Now down this road there are opportunities, like the vehicle on the right could be a test, doing their reversing on the right. They might ask you to pull up on the left and do a parallel park down this road. They might even get you to stop and do a controlled stop. But if they do get you to stop and do any of those, make sure as you move off you do your observations and your final check. That's what they're looking for, to make sure you keep it consistent. Centre check and right check as I move to the right a little bit. Once I go past the silver car, centre check and left check, move back to the left hand side. Coming up to a bend, can't see what's around it, just easing off the gas pedal, centre check and right check, because I've got to go a little bit wider. Taking me time, 16 miles an hour just there, end of the road, turning left, centre check, left check. Coming up to the end, just turning the wheel a little bit to stay relatively close to the curb. Don't want to be too straight on the left turns. Look right, look left. Looks pretty good. Again, they might ask you to pull up on the left, just along here. Centre check, left check. They might say something like this: pull up on the left, just before the next car. Try to stop when you're about 1 car away. So just moving in. Don't worry about the driveways. They might say something like that as well. And then they might say to you, right, this is your parallel park. Hopefully you've practiced your parallel parks enough. I'm not going to do one on this video. Centre check, right check, back out, signals on. Centre check, right check, moving out to the right. Just going past the 2 cars, centre check, left check. I'm off the gas at the moment as we're coming around the bend, because I don't know what's around the corner. See a car already braking, centre check, just letting the car slow down on its own. 22, starting to apply a bit of pressure on the brakes. Centre check, right check. Every time the examiner sees a reason why you need to check your mirrors, they'll be watching to see that you do it. Make sure you move your head enough. Don't just use your eyeballs, they won't accept that. Okay, nice open road now. 26 miles an hour. Car coming towards us already. You can see it's a learner from here, so just starting to slow a little bit, staying over to the left. Let them come through. Okay, but they're going to let me come through. Centre check, right check, and out we go. Taking me time there, 19 miles an hour through the gap. There's another car waiting to come through, so I'm just going to move over to the left ever so slightly, just waiting for them to come through. There's another one coming as well, just going to wait for the other one, and another one after that as well. Don't want to move too soon and make any of these vehicles slow, swerve or stop, and cause any of those to slow, swerve or stop unnecessarily, then I could fail my test. So it's worth waiting the extra couple of seconds here. Okay, last one's coming. Centre check, right check, nothing behind me. Starting to move out quite nicely. Okay, another car just pulled off in front, so I can see that they're pulling over. Good. Checked my centre mirror just in case I had to stop at the end of this road. Do a right turn, centre check, right check. Almost back at the test centre now. One street to go. Okay, two cars coming on the right. Can't quite see to the left of me yet. Looking at the road markings, just a single line in front of me, so just need to make sure I cross that before I turn right. I can just see something to the left of me. I've got a brick wall, and there's a little gap in the brick wall. I can just see something moving there. I don't want to move out and cause them to stop. A couple more coming on the right. The left still looks clear, so I keep looking right, keep looking left. Sitting up in the chair, doing whatever I can. There's a bit of a gap coming here after this vehicle. Okay, I'm on the accelerator a little bit, out on the junction. Okay, next road on the left. Centre check and left check. This is the last one. This is where we started earlier on. Okay, take your time coming in. Don't cross that middle line. Take your time. I'm at 8 miles an hour. Nice and steady. And then the examiner's going to be looking for somewhere for you to pull in now at the end of the test. Could be anywhere on the left. They might ask you to turn right and just stop on the corner, which is what I'm going to do. Turn right, mirror check, signal. We're just going to pull in at the end of this bit here.